Maria is very curious, she's very smart, she's very funny. That she'll take a social history on a near stranger and make a friend.
He's the sweetest boy in the world. I mean, really, have you ever met a sweeter boy?
The revelations come not necessarily as much for us as they do for Tripp himself. And he understands so clearly what makes the successes for him. When he gets it, it's like a light bulb goes off and he says, okay, fine, then this is what I can do.
And it really feels good to take something and change it and make it right, make it work. Because when you look at it again later, you can see the results of everything you put into it.
When does Sam get back from camp?
The Rush Neurobehavioral Center cares for children with nonverbal learning disabilities, children who have a set of strengths with using verbal language and weaknesses in their ability to process social information, facial expression, understanding body language, and then being able to integrate social information and use it appropriately.
When you receive this kind of diagnosis, everything is so abstract. And before RNBC, there was no place to go, that, at least not in this area, that could guide you.
It was really confusing growing up with a learning disability at first, especially before I knew I had one. That was just kind of like, why does everyone else get it and I just don't?
It's much more difficult for her to understand, to walk up to a conversation and understand what's going on in that conversation. And then to be able to jump in and be part of that conversation is yet another hurdle. It makes for sometimes a feeling of isolation.
Ready to see penguins?
Another very important aspect of who we are and our values has to do with not just doing the evaluation, but bringing that evaluation to life.
The penguin.
Making it real so that life changes because of it.
Did you know that when we go back to school, one of your first projects in Miss Serta's class will be about penguins? So you should probably save this and maybe you can use this as part of your project.
One of the aspects of the Rush Neurobehavioral Center that is most special is how the center marries the medical plan with the educational plan. But when Maggie works with Maria, she has a thorough understanding of Maria's issues and needs.
I like how you paid attention to your mistake and you edited it all by yourself.
Sit up. The challenge is the focusing. Like so. You know, the competition for his attention is difficult. And I think the center, incorporated into everything, has structure and organization for these kids. So it's a way of structuring their lives.
Like in crying, you might do just one sequence of moves over and over and over again. If you do it a lot of times, it'll get put permanently in your brains.
If you're making mistakes, you need to mentally note it.
You know, I think what we're seeing now, Sam's success in high school thus far, is that he is starting to know enough about the strategy that he will create those steps for himself.
I think that what happens is that children internalize the pieces of structure they need over time.
Going into college was the time that I really noticed how much the center had helped me. I needed to be aware of the things I wasn't good at and compensate for that in other ways. I actually needed to go to a big university because a huge weakness with me is daily work. Well, at a big university in a class of 350 people, there is no daily work. It's easier for me and less stressful for me if I can go read the book 2 days before the test, finish the entire book, and take the test, because I'll get an A on the test and be fine.
To see Tripp today be as successful as he is just incredible for us. And it's incredible because he is one of many examples that have come through the center and become successful individuals because of that help.
One of the things that they were able to convey to us was just this total sense of hope, that it's led us to so many important discoveries about her and about ourselves as a family.
We had a very simple dream in the beginning. We just wanted a confident child. Just someone who was confident and had self-esteem. And we have that.
I always think we can do more.
And
My hope is that in 50 years we're going to look back and we're going to say, now we really understand what social emotional learning is, we can assess it, and we can really help kids with it. It won't be such a mystery.